Hi everyone, welcome to the Parent Workshop for English 11. My name is Felicia Pusateri and I'm the teacher. In this short video, I want to just do a couple things. Number one, welcome you, and number two, give you some general overview of the course. And in this video, I'll be directing you to where you can actually get specific details. Okay, so first let me start with introduction. Those of you who don't know me, I may have had you, your students, or in the past, and I hope to see a lot of familiar faces again. But I have been with Valley Oaks. This will be my 17th year, and it's my 25th year of teaching, and I have absolutely found a home at Valley Oaks. Those of you who've been here know that we've got a really special program, and what we do here is really unique, and we have a good outcome for our students, and it's really a good experience. So I hope to continue that tradition with you. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you've been with us, welcome. I want to share with you a kind of a little motto or mantra I used for the last quarter with my students, and it was really to try to just remember every day that we are in extraordinary circumstances, and we really are in a position that is difficult, and to just acknowledge that and make sure that we try to make the experience of trying to continue on with normal life, the best we could. So that little motto I had was that we are patient, kind, and flexible with ourselves and with each other. And as simple as it sounds, it was just a really great reminder to start off with saying, everybody's doing the best they can. We all have a different set of circumstances. We all have a different story that's, happening right now. And if we start with the assumption that you really are doing the best you can, the student, the parent, the teacher, it will be a lot less stressful, and really understanding that that's what we need more than anything is just patience, kindness, and flexibility. So hope to continue that this year and have a really great experience again. Okay, so again, welcome. Let's start with basics for communication. Got my email there, and then most of you have been on Remind, and that is the absolute best way to communicate. It's fast, and it is I can respond it with a lot of help pretty quickly. So that would be the best way to communicate. Make sure you sign up for that. When your student picks up, if you haven't already, the materials, you'll get a student resource guide. Looks something like this. It's a green packet, and call it the SRG Student Resource Guide, and it has a lot of information that you will need. Those details that I was talking about will be in here. So please make sure you have that. The idea is to try to go paperless this year with the courses as much as possible, but the student resource guide will be some paper that you will get from me just as a guide we'll use all year. So that's important. Also, a writer's notebook, which is just a simple spiral notebook that school's providing. And then there'll be some little strips that the students will need to cut out and attach, and all the directions will be in the front pocket of that. And then the book that they'll have is this one. It's HMH Into Literature, and it's volume 1. So it's a workbook. It's a consumable that the students will be writing in. And having said that, that's a new curriculum for us this year. So our general level students will be using this volume, and it's online. It has a workbook and an online component. So again, that patience, kindness, and flexibility is going to come into play because this is a brand new series for us to use, and we will get through it together. Okay. Next, I want to go over the general level course. So I put this slide up here just to remind us of where the students are in terms of their standards. Okay, so this is a general level course. As I said, it is not A through G, which means directly to a university. So students who take and complete this course can go to a community college, BC, but it is not the college prep for a university level course. The reason they're in this course is because they have scored or you have chosen to have them in the general level, but the reading level and or the writing skills may not be up to par. And this shows you in Kern County, the students who are meeting or exceeding the grade level standards in English language arts. So that means they're where they should be according to this test. Grade 11, we see 52%. So just a little bit over half are where they should be. Everybody else is below where they should be. So what that tells us is we just need a lot more practice. The kids need a lot more skill building and brushing up their skills so that they are ready to tackle the next level of whatever that may be for them. Okay, so I just like you to see that. This is where we're starting. Okay, focusing on the essentials. So there's 3 essentials when you water everything down to what we need to do for the students. And number 1 is clear, coherent curriculum, right? So that is just what is the series they're using? How are we getting this information to them? So we have this new curriculum, as I mentioned, that we're excited to use. We think it's a good fit for us. We've got an online component. We've got the workbook, and it is really good with honing in on specific skills for the students. The second essential is sound instruction. This will be no doubt partially, if not all, virtual. So the instruction you'll be getting direct instruction from me, and I'll have lots of different ways to develop that with your students. The most important being any kind of the virtual Zoom time, which will be really important to have your support, that your students attend those sessions, that they are ready in their mind, ready. It's school time. You know, they're up, they're on time, they're engaging, they're putting the camera on so they can interact and be part of it. And engage. So I like to say, just at school, we would never let a student, sit in the back and put their head down and, fall asleep. When we're on Zoom, if there's a black screen or they're not engaging, we have no idea what's happening. So as a teacher, that's extremely important for us to be able to gauge and engage with what the students are doing. So hopefully we get your support on that. The third essential is the authentic literacy, the reading, writing, speaking, and listening. That's what English is all about. So really trying to put a lot of good readings and writing assignments and giving them opportunities to speak and listen and making it authentic for them, something that they're interested in. A lot of students say, I don't like to read or I'm not a good writer. And the part they're missing is just the practice. And I, try to tell them that's what it's about, is anything you're good at. You're a great soccer player, or you're really good at your video games, or you're really good at math, or whatever it is, you no doubt have practiced. It just doesn't happen, so reading and writing is no different. And we just need to make sure that they understand that and they keep practicing that. And the more engaged they are, the more it seems interesting to them and they have agency over it, the better they'll do. So I really work hard at making these high interest things for them, assignments and reading, so that they really enjoy it. So the student resource guide, back to that green packet that I talked about, and you'll remember this if you were with me before, it's updated. But in that packet, this is where you'll find all those specifics. You'll find the syllabus. It has all the details about the course and the grading scale and, the books we'll use and all of that type of thing, all the rules and everything in there. Classroom, physical and virtual expectations. Again, I hit on that a little bit with the Zoom. We really need to be sure that we have your support in having your students engage and attend those sessions with us. This online experience that we're having, it's been happening. Maybe you've even used it, parents, is for college courses, or your students have done a college course. The difference is you're adults and you can manage your time and you can be responsible. And we're dealing with kids, and kids, even though of course they can be responsible and all those other things, they're still kids, and it's a real shift in how they're learning. So we just really need to make sure that we're reaching them with all the support that we're offering. So in the next thing is technology code. So everything I'll need students to sign up for is in here. Try to keep it manageable so they're not using, every app under the sun. But the literature will have a code, because it again will be all online, so they'll have to make sure they sign up for that to access the assignments. Google Classroom, we will need parents to have access to that, and your student just gives you the code so that you can get on and look at that as well. There's writing resources, there's a section on plagiarism and oral presentation information. And all of these resources are going to be posted in Google Classroom. Again, I try to go paperless this year, but this will be one of the few things that I give you in actual paper. Okay. Weekly agenda. So as we have done in the past, there will be a weekly agenda. It'll be posted on Google Class. We'll have daily assignments and reminders and notices. Again, I have a parent resources section on there for parents, home educators, and that's on Google Class. So the first thing you need to do is get with your students and say, what is that code, so that you can get on and look at things. All right. And there's a section, the parent expectations, of how you can support your student daily. And again, remember that part, they're kids, and although they, some of them are great and do their own thing and are very responsible, we still need that feedback and that support daily from you. We really rely on you for that. So again, you accessing that Google Classroom, that will be what you need to get your information. Okay. Grades, please focus on growth. I do focus a lot on trying to take kids from, see where they were and how they're progressing. The idea here, the grades are weighted, and as you can see the percentages, the idea is if they are working, if they are engaging, if they are trying, if they are doing the best and open to revising and learning, they're going to be fine. It's not going to be like they take one test and they fail it and their grade is tanked. It's really looking at growth and hoping and making sure and providing them support that they see that they want to improve themselves. They want to be better with their skills that they have. So that's the breakdown for that. This is the growth mindset kind of idea, and I'll work with the kids a lot on this. That I'm trying to get them to just sort of change their perspective, and it's growth mindset and fixed mindset, and growth mindset is where we want to be. And these are descriptors of what growth mindset is. And the idea is really that they are open to learning, and they're not just worried about what's my grade. They're willing to take risks and challenges and persist despite all those obstacles that are going to be in their way. They're open to feedback, and as they see maybe criticism, they are open to wanting to just do better and improve their skills. So we'll work a lot with that. I'll work with them on that. But that idea for parents is just really focus in on, oh, gee, you're doing so much. You look at this piece of writing is even better than the last one, or you did a great job on this. It looks like you're really understanding, the concepts. That's where we want to be. Okay. Plagiarism. This is something that is growing and being a problem just in this day and age. It's the idea, what it is when someone presents someone else's words or work as their own, cheating. I've never met a student who said, I want to plagiarize, I want to cheat. It is something that students do because they're kids and they panic and a paper is due and they haven't done it and they think it's right at their fingertips on their keyboard. We know anything is out there. They can find anything they need. And it really is just trying to support them and making sure they use the resources that we have responsibly. And we'll teach them a lot. We have turnitin.com to help reduce that temptation, or even if they just don't know how to use a resource correctly. So we'll work with them on that. But that's one of the technology pieces that we have to help them submit their papers so that it's not something that is plagiarized. The rest of the technology we have, of course, it all starts with their student Google account, the school Google account, and then the Google Classroom. is where everything is housed for the course. And again, super important for you to be able to log into that classroom and look around and look at your parent resource section. Remind, which most of you have used, is that texting app that will allow us to communicate. Turn it in, I reviewed. And then the HMH, that is our book, and that will be online with a lot of the assignments. Again, they have the workbook, physical copy, but we have the online as well. Free choice reading, really important. I want the students to enjoy reading. Many of us as adults and, or students alike pick up a book, to read for fun. And some students just, that's not for them. They don't enjoy it. They don't want to do it. It's hard work. And most of that comes from just not putting what they are interested in their hands. So we have to make that a habit, if it isn't one already, of just picking up a book or picking up anything and reading it. So once a quarter, I have them do a free choice read. And as long as you're okay with whatever they choose, I'm okay. It's appropriate level and length for high school. And I'll have them do a simple little assignment on it so that we make sure they can share what they've read. And there's information for you on Google Class as well on that. Excuse me. Parent overview of parent responsibilities. So I look at this like a three-legged table. Each one of us, the parent, the student, the teacher, are one of those legs. And if one of those legs is battered or broken or weak, the whole table will topple over. And this is how we really achieve success, in my mind, is that each of us each of us is aware of our responsibilities. So basically for parents, excuse me, we need you to be that everyday support, to look at those parent, home educator expectations on the agenda, follow through that, just engage with your student, make sure that you're helping them. If they need help, if they look like they're struggling, that you reach out. If I haven't reached out, or if I do reach out, that you make sure they communicate back. And just your eyes and ears every day. And most of you already do a great job with this, and we just need to continue doing that. Student duties, this is a determined, self-directed, self-motivated student. It's a lot that we ask of parents and students in this program, but you've chosen this program. So you are these type of people that you want to be engaged, you want to be involved, you want more for your kids. So the student needs to not fight you. They need to understand your role and comply with that, and be very engaged. And then my responsibility is really, I see my utmost responsibility is to be there for you, is to be available, is to support you, is to provide, clear, coherent instructions and support, and help us get through this, in particular, this new way of doing things, particularly for this year. So maintaining the grade book and updating you on things that are happening, communicating. And so we all have a lot to do. And I know the past has shown that we can do it. We are a resilient group, and I have no doubt that we'll have a great year. And as long as we remember that we are patient, we are kind, and we are flexible with ourselves, we will need it, and with each other, we will have a wonderful year. I look forward to working with you. Thanks.